Hi, welcome back to Springfield Arms. You are with Zahir on the podcast Guns and Coffee. and But it's empty today. But we're actually going to be talking about your options with regards to less lethal defensive weapons that you could buy. Especially in South Africa, where we have two groups of people, those that are pro-firearm and those that are anti-firearm. So, the question arises that if you are somebody that is anti-firearm, so you believe that this country should be gun-free, that nobody should own firearms, including law-abiding citizens, then the question arises as to what your options would be then to defend yourself in a possible lethal encounter. What would you do? Sticks and stones, or bow and arrows, or golf sticks, or what would you use to defend yourself in a situation that warrants you to use lethal force? Unfortunately, the reality is that the criminals in this country utilize lethal weapons for the crimes that they commit. And when I talk about lethal weapons, those are firearms and edged weapons, so knives, etc. So you put yourself in a scenario or a situation where you have to defend your life or your family's life, and you do not have the equal amount or greater force to do so. In other words, you cannot meet that lethal threat with a lethal weapon, which is what's required. And the law allows for that in instances where your life is in imminent danger, it's unavoidable, it's warranted, you are allowed to defend yourself in those situations using lethal force, provided that the criteria is met. So that's just a little bit about lethal force. You can read up more about that on the Firearms Control Act of South Africa, as well as get legal advice from the attorneys that deal with self-defense law. My topic today is really to discuss a non-lethal option for you. A projectile fired weapon, and it's made by a company called Bryna. So Bryna is actually an American company, but the product is now being manufactured under license in South Africa, and we found over the last 2 years it's been proven to be a very, very effective non-lethal weapon. Projectile fired non-lethal weapons, meaning those like paintball guns, pellet guns, and weapons that fire projectiles like this, are very effective in keeping attackers away from you. So the Bryna is very, very similar to what you'd find in a classic looking handgun type weapon. So that's the Bryna there. It's made of a polymer type plastic. The ergonomics are very familiar to those that have owned firearms. The nice thing about the Bryna, and which differs from a lot of these gas-operated non-lethal weapons, is that the gas cylinder, this is the gas that goes into the Bryna there, all right, and gives it the power to fire the projectile. A lot of these non-lethal projectile weapons, once you put the gas cylinder in, it actually gets pierced, and then the gas over time will leak out. In other words, once you put your gas cylinder in, you need to utilize that weapon, otherwise the gas will leak out. With the Bryna, you put the cylinder in, and it's only until you pull the trigger that the cylinder is then pierced, and then obviously you start firing, and the gas starts. You start using the gas. What it means is that you could store the Bryna with your projectiles in the magazine and the cylinder in there, and only having to pierce it when you pull the trigger, which is very, very effective. So there's a very simple operation of the Bryna. there's a safe button and a fire button. So you could store the gun loaded in the safe position. Once you put it on fire and pull the trigger, it will pierce the cylinder, and you then begin firing until your magazine is empty. The burner comes with 2 5-round magazines. There's accessories available, mag pouches, external holsters, internal holsters, and in the kit you're getting 3 different types of projectiles. One is the kinetic projectile. There's 5 in here. These are hard plastic, and they really cause a lot of pain. You could see this in use on YouTube. If you Google or you go on YouTube and you type in Bryna SD testing, you see just how effective these kinetic projectiles are. The other is the practice balls. We call it eco-kinetic reusable balls. These are much softer, and you can use it for target practice and just to practice with the burner. And then you get what we call the Bryna Max projectile. This is this good stuff. This is a combination of inverted commas tear gas and pepper in their own formulation. It's proven to be very effective in hindering the attacker's breathing, vision, his mobility as well, coordination. You'll see this being tested on YouTube as well. So the burner is available. We've got all the accessories. We've got the extra balls from us. The kits sell at around 6,500 Rand with accessories, etc. I suggest no license is required. So I suggest to those of you that are anti-firearm people and those that own firearms to have a look at the burner. It's an excellent option for defending yourself where you cannot use a lethal weapon. In those instances where non-lethal force is warranted and not lethal force. So it's an important consideration for those that have families, and especially the females and men alike. Have a look at the Bryna SD. It's available now from Springfield Arms. Thank you for your time. I took a little bit long with this video, but I needed to make you understand where the burner actually fits in terms of your self-defense options. Thanks very much. You can contact us on 031-263-0379 or pop us a message on social media. Have a great day. I'm out of here. Bye-bye.